Hi, I'm Robbie with Open for Business. Today we're in South Bend with Feed the Hungry, and we'll be visiting with Stefan Radulich, CEO and President of Feed the Hungry. He'll be telling us how the program works to feed the hungry all over the world. And checking in with Stefan Radulich today, CEO and President of LeSEA Global Feed the Hungry. We are talking about our mission today.
Yeah, well, Feed the Hungry began in 1987, been around for 35 years now, and essentially Feed the Hungry exists so that others might live. We really are responding to a vision that our founder had to answer the prayer of people who are crying out, give us this day our daily bread. And when they're calling those words out, they really mean it. They've got hungry children they might not have eaten in a day or a week. And we here know that there's enough food around the world to satisfy the needs of the hungry. Problem is, it's got to get from where it is to where it needs to be. And that's really what Feed the Hungry does. We ship food around the world. Today we're taking care of over 400,000 kids in 24 nations, day in and day out through a wet meal program. We get involved in humanitarian crises and disasters like the Ukraine right now. We've sent millions of pounds of food into the Ukraine for distribution to people there who are just trying to get by day to day and survive from day to day. And so that's why we're here. We are here to help people find a full life because a full life feels good.
And the distribution process is tremendous. I understand that it's church to church, so it's holding hands.
Yeah, a lot of what we do is through local churches because there are entities and organizations that are right there in the thick of it with the people serving their own local communities. And we found that's the best way to work. Working through government agencies, there's a lot of corruption, there's a lot of problems. There's a lot of risks, and when we can work through local churches and places of faith, they really have the needs and the heart of the people in mind the most, and it's worked very effectively for 35 years now.
So it's so much more than just feeding children. I understand it's emotional through distribution of Bibles.
Bibles are part of it, and right now we've got a little over 411,000 children in 24 nations of the world that get a good hot meal each and every day from the partners of Feed the Hungry. And it's a nutritious meal that helps them grow physically. It connects them with a local school or center so that there's some social connection there and emotional development there. Many of the places where these meals are served, for the majority, are in schools in these countries. And so that ties the kids into wanting to learn and to really open up a future of possibilities by just getting a basic education. In many of these countries, there's a choice between school and survival. And for the children that we're serving, without the meal that's there at that school, they would never be able to go to school because they've got to survive from day to day. They'd be working out in a market or in a field or a rice paddy. They've been out begging on a corner, or many cases working in a landfill trying to find some things of value to recycle or get a few Cordobas or pesos or kwanja together to buy something to eat that day. But when the meal is at a school, that's where they go. And we've seen schools that maybe had a half a dozen or a few dozen children swell to hundreds of kids once that meal's there. And once those kids go, it's an oasis for them. It's a place where they can begin to dream and read and learn about the world around them and figure out what they want to do in life.
It's a wonderful program. I understand you do a school to school as well.
Yeah.
So how does that work with our local schools? Can we get involved?
A school to school initiative is basically we try to find a partner school here in the U.S. and some of them are with our international offices. We've got offices in Germany and Canada, Australia, and England, and Czech Republic as well, where a school in a developing part of the world will partner up with a school in one of the undeveloped or developing parts of the world and make that connection so that students can share their experiences with one another, that they can have common projects together, they can make connections on conference calls and Zoom calls through the miracle of virtual technology that we have today, and help enrich one another's lives.
Wow, that's so good for our kids here in the States as well. I mean, tremendous, in fact. I'm wondering about how we can help promote this program. Is there some kind of in-kind giving that the businesses could get involved in?
Sure. In-kind giving is the largest source of revenue for Feed the Hungry, and each year we distribute 30 to 40. This year we might crack through about $50 million worth of in-kind gifts that we distribute around the world. And so in-kind giving is a big part of it. Financial support's a big part of it because that stuff's going to get from here to there. And that's where we shine as well through logistic expertise to get food and to get supplies, school supplies, medical supplies, all kinds of things to where they need to be. So companies in our local area here that you might want to, they got a product line that's going out of circulation or excess inventory, things that might be getting close to date or things that are not necessarily in there marketable for them anymore. We'd be happy to take a lot of those things off their hands and load them onto shipping containers and get them out to Central America, Asia, and Africa.
And these things are great for these people, but it also works nicely for our guys. Is 95% of this is tax deductible? Is that a 501c3?
100% is tax deductible, whether it's a financial gift or a non-cash gift,
100%.
which is a gift in kind. Yeah.
Great.
And you know, there's rules that we can help companies work through on that, but they're real simple to deal with. Yeah.
So how do we get involved?
Best way is to connect with Feed the Hungry if you're interested, to go to the website, which is feedthehungry.org. Find out more there and see if you're led in your heart to do something.
Drop down to the donate bar and click, and you can pick out how many kids you want to donate.
Yeah.
6 kids, what, $30 a month?
That's correct. Yeah, it's basically $6 provides a month of meals for one of the orphan and vulnerable kids that we serve. So yeah, 5 kids will be about $30 a month.
20 cents a day.
20 cents a day. That's that. You're quick on the math.
Well, it's enthusiastic. The program is wonderful. So this is worth the giving. And obviously you have a lot of volunteers that are working for the program. So it keeps the cost down. So the more volunteers, the better.
Yeah, we've actually, each year we're audited independently. It's required by the IRS. We file extensive reporting with the IRS. And every year we get back around 94 to 95% of all donations, all revenue gets transferred onto the field. So yeah, we try to stay lean and mean and get the job done.
Well, thank you so much for letting us come and join you today. We learned so much about this program. It's so very important. How can we get all involved? Well, go to feedthehungry.org, drop down bar to donate. Do that today. 6 kids, $30. It's so easy. Thank you.